so excited to.
Hey guys, how are you?
So that's your work, sir.
Stand on my mark.
How are you today, Mr. President?
Pleasure for seeing you all. How you doing?
How are you?
Good to see you. We're so glad to have you here.
Hold on, let me cut it off.
This is Lisa Curry and the team.
Good.
And she's going to be the operations manager for this new building, the Rouge Electric Vehicle Center.
All right.
It's so nice to meet you, sir.
Good to see you. So what do we got here?
So this is our glass cell. So this is what's gonna load our windshields and the back glasses to the unit. So as you see, as it comes around, it'll pick up the glass. This is where the operator would load the station. The robot will come in, pick up the glass after the urethane's already been applied, and then it'll take the glass in, apply the urethane and the sealer, and then it would load to the unit.
This one is the back glass side. The other side is for the windshield.
Gotcha.
So the truck would travel right down the center.
I got you.
Between the two,
Yeah.
this one puts it in the back, that one puts it on the front.
I'll be damned.
Yeah.
This is where the operator would he'd do the picking of the glass, which depending on which level glass he would need, put a primer on it, and he would pick it up, put it right there.
All right. You know, you guys don't know this, but Delaware, the state of Delaware had the highest percentage of auto workers in the nation.
Oh, really?
Because we were so small workforce. We had the largest GM plant in the country, the largest Chrysler plant that used to be a tank plant, and then Mopar, and anyway, the total of 34,000 UAW members out of a workforce, a little state, of only about 410,000 people. None of it, we don't have any of it left anymore.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I spent a lot of time in auto plant. That's how I thought it was going to get me. And by the way, I got through. My dad ran automobile dealerships.
Really?
I got through on cars. Well, I'll be damned. Pretty cool.
Pretty cool. So we have lots of new technologies coming up. That's just kind of a simulation that'll show you what we're going to be doing here over at the Rouge Electric Vehicle Center. Pretty exciting stuff, right?
Thank you. Thanks for what you're doing.
That's the windshield.
You're welcome. Thank you.
We're at an inflection point in America. You guys are the ones that are going to save it, for real.
Yeah.
We used to be engaged in more research and development than any country in the world. Now we're number 8. China's number 1.
Right.
We've got to beef this up. They'll eat our lunch if you know.
Right.
That's it.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a good.
See you, boss.
I'm the boss.
All right.
Have a good visit.
Thanks, guys.
Have a good visit.
Thank you.
Mr. President, we're going to go to the next station. We're going to show you some of the.
Guys I grew up with that worked at auto plants.
Mr. President, you stand there. And I want to introduce Kumar Gohatra, who's
We're
our
all buddies.
president
We met one other
of
moment ago.
Emerging.
Good afternoon.
Hey, buddy, how are you?
Good yourself, sir.
Okay.
So, Mr. President, we're electrifying our most iconic vehicles. Vehicles like our Mustang, the Transit, the F-150, which we're going to build right here. But to total transition from internal combustion to battery electric is going to take more than just vehicles. For example, our dealers need to be ready for the new technology. Happy to say 2,300 of our dealers are already fully EV certified, and we're growing that number. Secondly, the charging infrastructure needs to be there as the volumes grow. So we've put together one of the largest charging infrastructures in the country, about 60,000 plugs, but that's not enough. So we as an industry and as a country need to invest a lot more to grow that number as the volumes grow.
Well, one of the things I have in my jobs plan is 550,000 charging stations along our highways that the federal government will put in. Because the truth of the matter is, it's the thing that's going to jumpstart. We're at an inflection point in America. We're either going to move and take over this area, or we're going to be left behind.
Absolutely.
And you know, it's a little bit like my grandfather. He died when I was 6 months old. My grandfather used to work for the American Oil Company. His job was to go back in the 30s. He worked for Mr. Blaustein, and he used to go from place to place opening up gas stations because no one wanted to have all this gasoline and tanks underneath the ground in their neighborhoods. And that's what his job was, to open up gas stations. That's how we got to Scranton and Wilmington. And it's the same basic principle. We got to, you know, you ought to be able to go across, and even though these batteries are increasing significantly, the distance you can go, the power they possess, the size, the weight, it's still going to take, you should be able to get in a car, electric vehicle, and drive across the country without having to worry.
Precisely. That's where we need to go. Speaking of batteries, you know, we've been doing this for a long time. We did our first hybrid electric in 2004.
Yep.
The battery that was in there, you see behind you, that top of that big black box, it was
Yep.
big, it was bulky, it was expensive.
Took up the whole car.
What you see here, Mr. President, are
Heavy.
the next generations, the second, third, and the fourth.
I'm not supposed to leave my spot, but you mind?
And as you can tell, they're getting lighter, they're getting smaller, they're even getting less expensive. But still, a battery electric propulsion system is substantially more expensive than an internal combustion system. So for example, that battery was 200 pounds. This one is now 60 pounds.
Now, is that the totality of the battery to go in the...
I'm sorry?
Is this it?
No, this is for our hybrid vehicle Explorer and the F-150 hybrid. You will see down there for the big battery electric for F-150. That's
Okay,
much bigger
good.
than
That's
this
what I
one.
was going to say. You surprised me.
No, but this is...
I've learned something brand new. I thought I knew it all. No, it's amazing.
But it's amazing how far we've come.
Oh yeah,
from
no,
that
no,
to
it's
that, and
astounding.
So
Absolutely astounding.
we're investing a lot in, you know, making the batteries cheaper, making them more dense in energy, and the batteries turn then the motors and the transaxles. My friend Elise here works at our Van Dyke plant. We're building those right here in Michigan at our Van Dyke plant, and I'm going to hand it to her so she can.
By the way, you buy one of these vehicles, Press, you can run all electricity in your house. You think I'm kidding? Your apartment, you can actually hook it up to your apartment. You know, right now you hook into, you plug into, if you have an electric vehicle or a hybrid, you plug into down in your garage an outlet. You're going to be plugging in the other way.
That's
It's
absolutely correct.
astounding.
We're going to do that with our F-150.
I'm sorry.
Hi, Mr. President. This is the rotor,
sorry, I'm having trouble
ED40
hearing.
rotor,
Yep.
and this is the ED40 stator, which this rotor is placed in machine. We machine and assemble this and the stator, and this is placed inside the E-Trans.
Yep.
And the people at Fort Van Dyke are very excited and fortunate to have the opportunity to build this product for the American people. And Ron Mays is going to explain how the E-Trans is assembled.
There's jobs, union jobs.
Yes,
Just remember the word union.
yes.
Good afternoon.
How are you, man?
Good afternoon, Mr. President. I am in charge as far as assembling the e-motor transmission, which on your front half is your gearbox, the middle is your housing, and with your end cap, ISO brain of the whole situation. This is your primary drive unit, which is sit in the front of the vehicle. This has your parking brake assembly on it, which everything's also.
Tell
We
you
have-
what, man, the idea to have something this small,
Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
It's pretty incredible.
I'll tell you. Thank you.
We at UAW 2280 are very honored and proud to be part of it. Simplify, Mr. President.
Not only Semper Fi, but I'm a union president.
Very well, thank you,
Make
sir.
no bones about it. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Mr.
There.
President, we're going to go down this way.
All right.
Look at some really cool stuff.
man.
Very good.
I'm not doing anything.
Hearing hiss. Almost like it's.
Hey, fellas, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Mr. President, you're over there. I'm going to introduce you
I
to
got to stand. If I say anything you don't like, let me know right away, will you?
Yes, sir.
Let me know ahead of time. Hi.
Adrian
You smile,
Price.
It's okay.
and the team. And Adrian is the Director of Advanced Manufacturing. And he's going to talk about some of the next gen in manufacturing, what's going to take us to the next 100 years for
Okay.
Ford Motor Company.
So good afternoon, Mr.
Good
President.
afternoon.
Really good to have you here in our Rev Center, where we're going to be building the future of electrified trucks here in the U.S. And as you know, we have a tremendous workforce here at Ford, bigger than any other in the U.S. in terms of UAW. And we want to talk a little bit about the future of work. And for us, the future of work is actually people and technology working together in harmony. And so you probably saw as you walked past here our scanning robot that's used by the engineering team to map out the entire facility, and we design everything online in digital before we actually start to build the building. And then you probably saw here as you came past our two big AGVs. Those we use for moving the bodies around the plant. And again, they work together with our team here to help them facilitate the builds, and we can actually adjust the height ergonomically for different people in the workstations. So it's matching the job to the people so that we can make the most out of it. And then we're also launching a series of new technologies, including some gamification technology that we use actually just to focus on the issues for the team. So they're not bombarded with issues and items, but they can focus on getting their job done. And then lastly, right behind you here, we have one of the largest cobots in the world.
Yep.
And that's a collaborative robot that works together with people, so people can work right next to it. And Penny here, who's the team leader for this area, is going to show you with one of our baby cobots how she can work together collaboratively with the robot.
Okay.
So instead of it being in a guarded area, as soon as it touches Penny, it will stop, and then it will restart its job. And so she can actually stand right next to it. So once we start the lineup here, Penny will actually be working with this giant cobot behind you as she works on works with this robot that's actually measuring the onboard scale system that we have in the all-new F-150 that enables us to indicate to the customer how full their bed is with whatever they're hauling or shipping around the country, and to be able to do that safely. So that's something that we're using from a technology standpoint to help us. And again, like collaboratively, people and technology working together for the future.
Is there a training program that each employee will be going through before they get to the floor?
Yes, very extensive training, because it's a big transition, but it's also much simpler work.
Yeah, it is. But I mean, is there a time frame for that? You have to go.
Yeah, as we prepare for launch, we have a technical training center that we have in partnership with the UAW. And so our employees go through that, and then they get individual on-the-job training associated with the area that they're operating.
Gotcha.
So our team here are all going to be team leaders operating in the plant and working with this technology. And in fact, they're actually the experts. They know more about any of this stuff than the rest of the engineering team. So oftentimes, Penny spends a lot of time answering questions for people and actually managing the process.
Well, thank you. You know, we're at a real inflection point here. And everyone that comes along every 75 to 100 years. And you are the point of that arrow of us being able to be a giant. We talk about how many jobs here, but the way we're really going to increase jobs beyond what you're doing here, I know I get a lot of your friends say, what about the transmission plant? They're not going to have one now. What about this? What about that? But we got to take over the world market. That's what this is about. Being the best in the world and be exporting these. That's what we can do if we focus. Anyway, thank you for what you know and what you do. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Go Union. Okay. All
Thank
right.
you. Thanks, guys.
Thank
Which
you.
way am I heading?
We're going to go this way, Mr. President. I want to introduce you to our chief program engineer.
Right back here, sir.
Okay.
Linda Zhang.
Hey, Linda, how are you?
So this is a part of her creation, so, and the team.
Hi, Mr. President.
How are you?
Thanks for joining us. I'm Linda
over
Zhang.
here.
I'm the chief engineer for this product. And here at Ford, with nearly a century of truck know-how, we know that reliability and durability are really important for our customers. So when we went to create this all-electric F-150, we knew that we had to put it through the same engineering and testing regimen as all of our F-Series trucks. So behind you here, we've got videos of our all-electric truck going through some tough testing here in Michigan. Also, we do this around the country, whether it's up high grades, towing a trailer, or here going through different terrains here in Michigan. But a lot of this actually starts with the engineering. So what we have in front of you here is our underbody skateboard. This has been purposefully built for our F-150 Lightning to ensure that it can sustain the load of the weight of the vehicle with the added batteries. This frame is an all-new frame with the strongest steel that we've ever used in any F-150. And this battery that's in front of you is the biggest battery that we have used in any Ford vehicles.
What's the weight of the battery? Have an idea?
The weight of the battery is 1,800 pounds. Is over 1,800 pounds.
Over 800 pounds?
1,800.
1,800 pounds.
So-
Y'all hear that? You got a center of gravity here.
Yes, low center of gravity, which helps with the ride and handling. And this battery not only helps with the drive for the vehicle to ensure that our customers can drive, haul, and tow, but also we've been able to leverage this battery to provide additional tools for our customer. So what you see here is actually a home. And what this battery is able to do is be a backup power generator in case of power outages with the home, sustaining the home for multiple days. Also, on the go, if our customers are looking for power, we've got Pro Power on board, which is able to help our customers power up a tailgate, power up a campsite, or work at a job site. Again, ensuring that they can get the job done. The other thing that we're very proud of here is that this vehicle is built in America, right here at the Rouge Electric Vehicle Factory. But not only that, a lot of our commodities are here as well. So this frame that I mentioned is down from Kentucky. It comes here from there. Our battery, it's out of Georgia and then assembled here as well.
A little do with that one.
And then even our motors, they're not only designed in-house here at Ford, but also produced just up the street at Van Dyke plant. So a lot of really great manufacturing here.
Have you had to change the tires?
Yes, we did have to change the tires and the wheels for the weight of the battery. And the tires, we have several options, but one of them is providing lower resistance so that you can get better range.
Fascinating. I was down at that plant down in Georgia, and this battery doesn't look much smaller, any smaller than the one they're putting in the buses down there.
It's a very large battery. It's basically two
Yeah, no, I know but it's amazing if you see it. And you know what we're trying to do also is they're going to have mostly every school bus in America will be electric because it's take the methane out of the air and a whole range of other things. Well, it's impressive.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Mr. President, we're going to take you.
And one more question. Have you had to increase the length of the frame?
The length of the frame is about the same. The length of the vehicle is about the same.
Yeah.
And it's a 145 wheelbase, our most popular one, with the crew cab, super crew cab for 5 passengers, as well as a full pickup box, 5.5-foot box.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you.
You're very welcome.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Which way am I going? Going this way?
Yeah, you can come around this way.
So,
Sorry.
Mr. President, we're going to show you.
That's the other question I wanted to ask you.
Linda?
I often get asked the question when I'm pumping electric vehicles. What about exposure to water, the electric vehicle?
So I think we can.
Please take your seats. Our program will begin shortly.